So the question is, does opportunity, environment, circle, power, does it really change you? Does it change people? Or it gives them the opportunity to express themselves? You know, we've all heard that power actually gives you the opportunity to show who truly you have always been, and then money change people. You see, these narratives. But let's go back to Philip's experiment in 1971. In 1971, Philip Zimbardo did an experiment where volunteers came in and they were splitted into two. One set to act as prisoners, they were given prison uniform, they were allowed to stay in chains, and then the other set were given warders uniform, prison warders uniform, and they were meant to supervise these guys in prison. And something very wonderful happened. These noble guys who came to assume the role of prisoners, gradually, because of the environment, because of the way they were treated, because of the society they find themselves within that space of time, began to think low of themselves. They began to lose the true essence of their personality before they came in. And these guys, the warders, oh, trust me, they were very brutal. They care less about these people, and especially the ones who wore masks, who guarded their identity. They began to treat these guys very brutal. We learned that they measured more harsh punishments to these prisoners, right? But this is the bottom line of this experiment, and this is one of the things that came out of this experiment. It is the Lucifer Effect. And what does the Lucifer Effect say? The Lucifer Effect says that once someone is picked out and dropped in a crowd, dropped in a society, dropped in an environment, dropped in a place where they are no longer identified as a person, but as a group, they begin to lose the real essence of their personality. What am I saying? You are now in a society, you are now in a group of persons, you are now in a community. If you have made the wrong choice, and even if you have made the right choice, you are gradually losing yourself to that community. Environment, community, people, these particular factors do not really bring out who truly you are. They define you. Every human being was born as an open slate, and the more you expose yourself, the caliber of exposure you give to yourself on environment, personality, community, they define you. They begin to shape you. So if you truly want to find a good definition of yourself, look at what you have looked at yourself for, the image you've pictured for yourself, the best image possible you picture for yourself in the next 10 years, in the next 5 years. Look at it right now while I speak. And then look at the current environment and community you are in. Look at your circle. Does it really tally? Are they defining you towards that perspective? Because I bet you can't do more than your environment. I used to say this to friends, that there is a power and there is a force that is stronger than the will of God for a man's life, and that is environment. And if God wants to help you, he even move you from environment. But now you have the wisdom. Can you shift your environment? Can you relocate to a new location? Can you leave your parents' house if that is necessary? Can you change your circle if that is necessary? Can you attend new events? Drop clubbing, drop smoking, drop that community of friends and choose a new environment. It's not because you are a changed person, but because this new location helps to define and change you.